Have you ever looked in the mirror and noticed a little skin tag, maybe on your neck or under your arm, and thought, no big deal. You're not alone. Millions of people walk around with skin tags, thinking they're just cosmetic. But what if I told you they could be a warning sign? Something your body is trying to tell you about your health. I want to tell you a story about someone I'll call Jolene. Now, that name may sound familiar, especially if you're a fan of Dolly Parton. My father-in-law, God rest his soul, loved that song. Every time it came on, his face would light up, and he'd start singing along with a grin that could lift the room. And even though I'm a city boy who wasn't exposed to a lot of country music, because of him, I became a fan too. So today, Jolene isn't just a name in a song, it's a story I think you need to hear. Jolene came to my clinic one day asking if I could remove some of her skin tags. She had a cluster of them around her neck, chest, and a few more under her arms. She said to me, "Doc, these things are ugly. Can you just burn them off?" Like so many others, she thought it was just a cosmetic nuisance. But what Jolene didn't realize is that those little tags were trying to get her attention. See, when I hear skin tags, I don't just see bumps. I see signals. Signals that something deeper may be off, particularly with insulin. Let's take a step back. Skin tags, also known as acrocordones, are soft flesh-colored growths that often pop up when skin rubs together, like your neck, armpits, under the breast, eyelids, or groin. Most of the time, they're painless and harmless on the surface, but surface isn't where I stop. I ask why. Why do some people get skin tags and others don't? The answer more often than not is insulin resistance. Insulin is a hormone that helps your body manage blood sugar. But when your cells stop responding properly to insulin, something we call insulin resistance, your body starts pumping out more and more insulin just to keep up. And here's what most people don't know. Insulin isn't just a blood sugar hormone. It's also a growth hormone. It tells your cells to grow and multiply, including the cells in your skin. High levels of insulin can trigger skin cells and fibroblasts to overproduce, forming these soft little growths. That's why skin tags are so often linked to insulin resistance, pre-diabetes, and type 2 diabetes. Studies show that people with multiple skin tags are significantly more likely to have metabolic syndrome, a cluster of conditions including high blood pressure, high blood sugar, excess belly fat, and abnormal cholesterol levels including high triglycerides and low HDL cholesterol. And it's not just about diabetes. Skin tags can also show up with people with PCOS, obesity, and fatty liver disease, and so many other metabolic conditions. Conditions that are deeply tied to insulin problems. Jolene didn't know any of that. She just wanted them gone. But instead of reaching for my scissors or referring her to dermatology, I ordered labs. Her A1C was borderline diabetic. Her fasting insulin was way too high. Her triglycerides were elevated, and her HDL, or good cholesterol, was low. Her waist circumference was up. Her energy was down, and her cravings through the roof. The skin tags weren't the problem. They were the symptom. Her metabolism, her metabolic health was the real issue. Sadly, most people, and even some healthcare providers, miss this. We treat the tag, but not the cause. We snip, but we don't ask why we need to snip in the first place. And because of that, new tags just keep popping up. And here's the good news. You can fix the root. The first step is to know where you stand. Ask your doctor to check your fasting insulin, and not just your glucose level, but also make sure to look at your A1C, your fasting glucose, triglycerides, and HDL. And if you can, calculate your HOMA-IR, which gives you a snapshot of how insulin resistant you may be. If you carry extra weight around your belly, struggle with fatigue, get brain fog after meals, or you have dark patches on your neck or underarms, those are signs too. Once you know where you stand, it's time to make changes that actually move the needle. Start by cutting out ultra-processed carbs and sugar. I'm talking about sodas, pastries, fruit juice, crackers, and yes, even your so-called healthy granola bars. These foods spike insulin again and again and again. Instead, build your meals around protein and natural fats. Things like meat, fish, eggs, butter. And if you're not a carnivore like me, olive oil, avocados, non-starchy vegetables, real food that doesn't hijack your hormones. Some people thrive on low-carb or ketogenic diets, while others do well like me on a carnivore diet. The key is to eat in a way that keeps your insulin low and stable. You can also try intermittent fasting. Even just 12 to 16 hours between dinner and breakfast can give your insulin levels a break and help your cells become more sensitive again. Movement helps too. You don't need to run a marathon. Just walk after meals, do some strength training a few times a week. These small things have a huge impact on your insulin sensitivity. Don't forget sleep. When you don't sleep well, your cortisol rises, and that leads to higher insulin and more fat storage. Same goes for chronic stress. Your body thinks it's under attack, so it keeps your blood sugar up, even if there's no tiger chasing you. And yes, supplements can help support this journey. I often recommend berberine, which works similarly to metformin in helping your body respond to insulin. Magnesium glycinate is another powerhouse. It supports over 300 enzymatic reactions, including ones that regulate blood sugar. Chromium and inositol are also worth discussing with your provider, especially if you have PCOS. Jolene took this advice seriously. She swapped her sweet tea for sparkling water, traded her nightly pasta for grass-fed beef and roasted vegetables. She started walking after dinner and went to bed earlier. Within 6 months, her energy was back. Her brain fog had lifted, and she lost over 20 pounds without ever counting calories. And those skin tags, they stopped growing. Some even shrank. She told me, "Doc, I came in for my skin, but you saved my life." But I said to her, and I'll say to you, I'm not the hero here. She is. She listened to her body, and I just connected the dots. Skin tags may be small, but they are not insignificant. They are early warning signs from a body that's trying to get your attention before things get worse. And while removing them might make you feel better about your appearance, healing what's underneath will make you feel better in every way. So next time you or someone you love spots a new skin tag, don't just ignore it. Ask what it means. Ask why it's there. And take action before your body starts shouting louder. And if this video opened your eyes, there's so much more to learn. I've got a playlist link in the description and more videos about insulin resistance, metabolic health, and how to truly heal from the inside out. Click on the next video on the end screen to keep this conversation going. And to Jolene, wherever you are, thank you for letting me tell your story. And to my father-in-law, I hope you're smiling in heaven every time that song plays. This one's for you.